let's start with the APEC Summit, of course. It's coming in October. It's the 32nd version of it. And it marks the 20 years since it has last been held in South Korea's southern city of Busan. What is the significance diplomatically of Korea hosting this important event again?
I think first it demonstrates Korea's global diplomatic leadership as one of top 10 leading countries in the world. World leaders of 21 APEC economies are gathering in Gyeongju, including possibly Donald Trump and Xi Jinping. So this is not just an ordinary kind of conference. It's a very special. Korea provides venue of all these meetings and minglings. And second, it is important that it takes place when Trumpism, like America first and protectionist trade policy, is shaking the world. Another important aspect in timing is that it takes place immediately after Korea's Lee Jae-myung government has been launched, successfully overcoming the unfortunate martial law incident. So we could give a very good impression toward all the leaders that Korea's resiliency of democracy. And of course, we hope that this meeting can bring economic benefit. As we know, CEO Summit is also being held at the same time. And this time, the chairman of this CEO Summit is Korea's chairman, SK Choi Tae-won.
Right. So it really tells a lot about how much diplomatic weight South Korea has been gaining across the years. Now, let's move on to the selection of the host city ambassador. Gyeongju was ultimately chosen over strong competitors like Incheon and even Jeju Island. As a mid-sized city, what do you think was the rationale between the choice of Gyeongju as the host?
I think Gyeongju's unique strengths as a city of rich cultural heritage, as the capital of ancient Silla Kingdom, has definitely helped Gyeongju to be selected as one of the, after fierce competition with other cities like Jeju and Incheon. At the same time, the important thing is Gyeongju is not a metropolitan city, it's a mid-sized city. It embodies inclusive growth, sustainability, and balanced regional developments, which reflects APEC's philosophy and Korea's commitment to balanced development of region. Another aspect is Gyeongju has already hosted a lot of different number of international events quite successfully. It has adequate facilities for accommodation and also conferences.
So it really, Gyeongju has, choosing Gyeongju over mega cities shows, the APEC's vision of inclusive and balanced growth, like Ambassador highlighted. Now let's look back at the year 2005 when APEC was held in, Busan. It highlighted its large-scale urban infrastructure and administrative capacity. So this time around, what do you think should Gyeongju, as the host of this year's APEC, present a new model for international conferences?
I think Gyeongju presents a unique model of international conferencing through the convergence of local diplomacy and soft power. When I say local diplomacy, it means local governments take the lead in engaging with international society. And soft power means utilizing Gyeongju's rich cultural heritage and identity as a historic city. Gyeongju APEC is also a sustainable, eco-friendly, community-oriented model, aligning with the global trend of small but strong cities.
So it kind of helps local diplomacy to be highlighted, and for local governments to extend their, hands to global powers as well.
Right.
Now, what about on the economic front, Ambassador? What kind of economic benefits? You've touched upon this a while ago. You said there would be economic benefits, of course. What kind of economic benefits and industrial opportunities can South Korea realistically expect to gain from hosting the APEC Summit?
As you know, hosting APEC is more than just convening a prestigious event. Government delegation, businessmen, and a lot of media people of almost more than 6,000 visit Korea. It provides important economic and industrial opportunities. I think it enhances national branding and attracts potentially foreign direct investment. With regard to this, as far as I understand, the pavilion called Advanced Future Industry Pavilion will be constructed at the Gyeongju APEC Square, displaying Korea's advanced industrial capacity at AI, aerospace, semiconductor, 5G, etc. At regional level in Gyeongju area, as far as I understand, almost 8,000 new jobs can be created. And it is expected $300 million new revenue in tourism sector.
So it sounds like the summit would really open the doors for local investment and global exposure as well. Now, Ambassador, let's step a little bit back to the global situation. Uncertainties everywhere, including the intensifying rivalry between the U.S. and China and also the trade tensions. Then what kind of role do you think APEC should play in addressing these kinds of challenges? And what kind of key issues should the summit prioritize this year?
I think the role and importance of APEC amid growing economic uncertainty can be elaborated as follows. I think first, the important thing is a platform for multilateral dialogue. Second, strengthening supply chain resilience. And third, defending free trade against protectionism. And fourth, addressing emerging challenges like the digital economy and climate change. So I think APEC should play a more than a forum for economic cooperation. It cannot be just a talk shop. It should and could manage geopolitical tensions and design future economic order. With its long-standing commitment to trade liberalization and economic integration, APEC can act as a counterbalance to rising protectionist tendencies and uphold open markets. I think this year's meeting could mark a turning point, testing APEC's ability to deliver meaningful results and demonstrating its continued relevance.
So especially in this environment, the role of APEC could be even more vital.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, let's also touch upon foreign policy, Ambassador. President Lee Jae-myung's administration has been emphasizing pragmatic diplomacy since the beginning. How do you think the APEC summit could become a pivotal platform to advance to this Lee administration's pragmatic diplomacy agenda?
As we know, Lee Jae-myung administration emphasizes pragmatic diplomacy. It means a strategy centered on national interest rather than on ideology. In this context, APEC Summit serves as a critical point, a critical platform to implement such a diplomacy. Many say the mediating role between Trump and Xi Jinping and the opportunity to improve Korea's relationship with the United States and China. But we all know that mediating is not an easy job, and the management of U.S. Korea-China relations at the same time are also a difficult job to do. I think the most important criteria for our pragmatic diplomacy should be national interest first. I think this could be the only criteria.
So we should bring forth and prioritize our own interests. And that's the core of pragmatic diplomacy, of course.
Okay.
Now, we are aware that you have been an ambassador to India, South Korea's ambassador to India. What kind of strategic diplomatic approach should South Korea pursue in the ASEAN and also Indo-Pacific regions through this APEC platform?
I think we should exert more of our energy and diplomatic capacity in strengthening our relationship with ASEAN and Southeast Asia, Asian countries including India. I think previous Moon Jae-in administration's New Southern policy can be an exemplary case. Particularly, India's importance as Korea's key economic and geopolitical partner cannot be overemphasized. India is not, as far as I know, India is not a full member of APEC. We may help India to join this important body. Also, I think linking the Moon Jae-in government's New Southern policy with the APEC initiative can be a way of achieving this goal.
Right, so we have to expand our diplomatic partners
That's right.
with other countries as well. So, Ambassador, given your extensive diplomatic background, we also want to touch upon broader foreign affairs. President Lee Jae-myung has signaled intentions to improve ties with China. Within the framework of the U.S.-Korea alliance, how do you think South Korea could be able to strike a strategic balance? Of course, it's very difficult. It's not an easy task. But how would South Korea be able to strike a strategic balance in its relationship with China?
I think the basic is U.S.-Korea alliance. It is a foundation of all our security architecture. And however, we cannot afford to neglect our relationship with a neighboring country, which has emerged already as a big superpower. Striking a delicate balance between these two countries is not always easy. Talking is easy, but actually implementing it is not an easy one. But it's like walking on a tightrope. We need to have a pragmatic engagement with China on issues like North Korea, supply chains, and cultural cooperation. President Lee Jae-myung recently talked with President Xi Jinping over the phone, and they agreed to respect each other's core interest. What is core interest is another matter, but they had a very meaningful kind of exchanges of their opinions. We should act on each case by the standards, again, over national interest. It should be the most important criteria. We could sometimes say no to each of these two superpowers.
So maintaining balance is very difficult, but we have to prioritize our national interests when dealing with both countries.
Yes.
Right. Now, before we let you go, Ambassador, let's also touch upon inter-Korean relations. The Lee administration is showing a strong intention to restore dialogue with North Korea. And in light of deepening ties between North Korea and Russia, what kind of direction should South Korea's North Korea policy take moving forward?
I think first and foremost, strong security cooperation with the United States and Japan is critical. The so-called Korea, U.S, Japan trilateral. We need to enhance deterrence capabilities and ensure rapid response mechanism. At the same time, easing tension and opening dialogue with North Korea is very important. In that sense, recently our government has halted loudspeaker broadcasts and also controlling anti-North leaflets. I think it was an appropriate measure, and there was a response from North Korea. It was also positive. I think it will take time. We should not be in a hurry. North Korean issue cannot be solved in a single stance. We need patience. We should also try to improve relations with China and Russia. After all these, our neighboring countries, neighborhood diplomacy is always very important in diplomatic field. It should be one of the priority.
Right. So it's a very complex situation, and it's going to take a lot of time. But we have to enhance our deterrence and maintain strong ties with Washington and Japan, as we did in the previous administration, and also provide, areas of dialogue, maybe in other areas with North Korea.
Yeah.
In the long run, right? That would be definitely a helpful move, and it's an important way to head towards peace in the Korean Peninsula. Ambassador, we'll have to wrap up our discussion here at this point, but thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Appreciate it. And that's all from us on Within the Frame. Be sure to tune in again next time as we continue to explore the stories that matter. Until then, stay informed and engaged.